as we go forward. This is going to be recorded on YouTube on channel 1B. Good morning, everyone. I'm Representative Kathy Abercrombie. I want to welcome you to our Human Services Committee meeting for today, Thursday, January 21st. I'd like to open it up to my co-chair or rankings with any opening comments.
Good
Madam
morning.
Chair. Oh, good morning. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Should I raise my hand to do this, Kathy, so you can call on people?
Sure, in the future, that might be helpful so we're not talking over each other, but go ahead, Senator Moore. And
I
then we'll go
apologize,
to
Senator, for talking over you.
No.
Thank you. I just want to welcome everybody. This is our first real meeting with everybody on board, and I look forward to it. And I just want to be supportive of Representative Abercrombie, who's chairing the meeting, that we may, have some bumps in the road, but I watched a couple online. Anybody's having bumps in the road, so we'll just be part of a team that's learning as we go along. So good morning, everyone.
Senator Berthel.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And Senator Moore, I apologize for stepping on you as we both came out of the starting line here. I would echo that. This is my first time on my first service on the Human Services Committee. Certainly not my first meeting ever, but I look forward to working with everyone and getting some good things done. And I will make a note, I have another meeting that is running concurrent with this. So depending on how long we go today, I may pop in and out. I may actually have to, I think I have to actually go off of this to get onto another Zoom call. So you may see me popping in and out, but it's not because I don't like all of you and don't want to be here. It's just conflicting meetings at the moment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. And Representative Case, maybe we'll have a consent calendar and we'll be able to get through this a little faster. Representative Case?
Well, I was just on with Senator Austin, so she held me up from texting you back on a consent calendar, so you can blame her. So I just want to say welcome, everybody. And yes, there are a few of us that have two meetings at the same time at 10 o'clock. I know I have one going on right now in another room. Let's make this productive and we'll move forward. So good morning.
Sounds great. So we'll move on to item number 3, concepts to be raised. Representative Case, can we start a consent calendar? Do you have any that you would like to put on that, or are we going one by one?
I would say we can start a consent, but I'd like to put it off to the members. If anybody wants to vote on something directly. I had some discussions with some members. I don't see everybody in here. Yeah.
Okay, we can go per bill, and then if you think we can put it on the consent, I'll just ask you after we move in motion, if that's okay with you.
Perfect.
Okay. So with that, we'll move on to item number 1, an act requiring drivers of paratransit vehicles to be mandated reporters of suspected abuse and neglect or abandonment of elderly persons. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved by Michelle.
And can I have a second?
Second.
So when you second, folks, or motion, could you please just say your name and then make the motion? So can I have a second, please?
Buster.
Thank you. Any questions?
We offer for consent.
Thank you. We'll move that item with no objection. We'll move that to consent. Item number 2, an act expanding access to medical specialists for Medicaid beneficiaries in the southeastern Connecticut. I will entertain a motion.
So moved, Representative Dayton.
Second, Representative Cook.
Thank you. Any questions? Representative Case, can we move this to consent?
I offered number 2 for consent, yes.
Thank you. Item number 3, an act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. I'll entertain a motion.
So
Motion.
moved, Representative Dayton.
Senator Moore, second.
Thank you. Any questions? Representative Master Francesco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a quick question. I remember maybe back in 2019, we had this on the agenda. I believe, is there a cost associated with this? I know you won't know until it goes to, till the bill is drafted, but is there I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of a cost to the state for this item.
Yes, this was a bill that was raised in 2020, and it will have to go to appropriation. And what it does is it looks for grant money to be allocated to the diaper bank for this particular product.
And just one other question. Do we have any anything in there for, let's say, for seniors, for depends and things that it's a concern to me that, you know, once you open the floodgates here, we're starting to do obviously a cost to the state.
This is through the diaper bank, so that would not be part of this bill at this time. This is really just for mothers at this point.
Okay. Can you do a roll call on this one?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Representative Lesser, I'm Senator Lesser.
No, I've,
Oh, sorry, you came up green. I didn't see your hand, but you came up green, so I didn't know. Okay, Madam Chair, can you call the roll, please? I mean, Madam Administrator.
Thank you. All right, so on item number 3, an act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. Abercrombie.
Yes, Abercrombie.
Moore.
More, yes.
Berthel.
Senator Berthel votes in the affirmative.
Case.
Representative Case, yes.
Lesser.
Senator Lesser, yes.
Garabay. Cabrera.
Senator Cabrera votes yes.
Butler. Cook.
Representative Cook votes yes.
Dathan.
Representative Dathan votes yes.
Goupil. Hughes.
Representative Hughes votes yes.
Santiago.
Santiago, yes.
Simmons.
Representative Simmons, yes.
Stallworth. Aurora. Buckby.
Buckby, yes.
Master Francesco.
Oh, thank you. I guess I apologize. I am going to, I guess, reserve my concerns until I see the appropriations on it. So at this point, Master Francesco votes yes.
Straczynski.
Straczynski, yes.
Wood. Thank you, Representative.
Thank you, everyone. And just so everyone knows, the votes will be held open till 1:30. The votes will be held open to 1:30. Moving on to item number 4, an act concerning eligibility for the Connecticut Home Care Program for persons with disabilities. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion by Cook.
Second.
Second by Representative Dathan.
Thank you. Any questions?
Move it for consent.
Thank you, Representative. With no objection, this item will be moved to consent. Moving on to item number 5, an act concerning Medicaid providers. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion by Cook.
Second by
Second.
Senator Lesser.
Thank you. Any questions on this particular bill?
I move
Seeing
it for
none.
consent.
Thank you, Representative. With no objection, this item will be moved to consent. Item number 6, an act concerning payment recoveries, incentives, and suspensions under public assistant programs. I'll entertain a motion.
Senator Moore, motion.
Second by
Thank-
Cook.
Thank you. Any questions?
I'll
Seeing
add this for
none.
consent.
Thank you, Representative. Item number 7, an act concerning service animals. I'll entertain a motion
Motion by Cook,
and a second, please.
Second
Moore,
by
second.
myself.
Thank you, Senator. Any questions? Seeing none, can we move this to consent, Representative?
Can move it to consent.
Thank you. With no objection, this item will be put on consent. Item number 8, an act concerning the Department of Aging and Disability Services. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion, Moore.
Thank you,
Moore,
Senator.
motion.
Second.
Hughes, second.
Thank you, Representative. Any questions on this?
Can move it to consent.
Thank you, Representative. Item number 9, an act concerning the statewide mental health services for deaf, deafblind, and hard of hearing persons. I'll entertain a motion.
motion by Cook,
Thank you. A
Second by
second.
Santiago.
Thank you, Representative. Any questions? Master Francesca, please. You're on mute, ma'am.
There we go. Would you mind, as you're reading these, to kind of give a little explanation as to some of the detail or the thought behind them, just so I'm aware? Would you mind doing that, please?
Sure. So this bill
Thank you.
came to us from the Council on the Deaf Community. It's to look at parity in the system for people that are deaf, that are not getting the services that others are getting.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, Representative Case, can we move this
Move to
to
consent.
consent? Thank you. Moving on to item number 10, an act concerning nursing home discharges. This is a bill that looks at appropriate settings for individuals that are moving out of the nursing home, making sure that they are not discharged to an area that's not appropriate. So example, we've been hearing that people are being discharged, believe it or not, to homeless shelters. So this just makes sure that the language is solid to protect individuals. I'll entertain a motion.
motion by Cook,
Second.
Second by Santiago.
Thank you, Representative Santiago. Any questions? Seeing none, Representative Case, can we put this on
Add it to
consent?
consent.
Thank you. Item number 11, an act concerning nursing homes. This is a placeholder at this time. We're waiting to get the reports from the working group. There were, I think, 4 subcommittees, and they're dividing the bills between Human Services and Public Health. So at this point, we don't have language for this bill. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Representative Dayton.
second by
Second.
Cook,
Yep, okay.
Thank you. Any questions?
Add
Seeing
it to
none.
consent.
Thank you, Representative. This item will be moved with consent with no objection. Item number 12, an act concerning the Connecticut Home Program for the elderly. So this is our Connecticut Home Program right now currently has a 9% copay that seniors have to put towards the cost. These are not Medicaid recipients. And this account has been lapsing over the last few years. This year, it looks like there'll be an estimated $5 million lapse. So what we would like to do in this bill is remove the copay because I think that it's prohibiting individuals from participating in this program. So with that, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Senator
Thank you,
Lesser.
Senator. And a second, Representative Simmons. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments?
As far as, we discussed this, Kathy, we will get a fiscal note from OFA before it'll probably have to go to appropriations just because of the dollars there. And hopefully, I don't know if the lapse is large enough. I don't know if we are going to have extra money, but we'll get all that information before it actually comes to the committee to be voted out. But this is a concept, and we'll get more information. Is that correct?
So Representative, we won't when we have a public hearing on this, we will not get the fiscal note. You know that the fiscal note does not come to these bills until it goes to appropriation. So yes, you're right. It will probably be part of the budget. But I think it's a good policy decision that needs to go to the committee first.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I'll move it for consent.
Thank you, sir. With no objection, this item will be moved to consent. Item number 13, an act concerning temporary family assistance. This is also will also be a budget item. In the budget, there are 3 areas that TFA does services. Every year, those programs get a COLA, and every year the state takes the COLA. There is a lapse in those programs, and what I would like to do, instead of having the lapses swept by the administration, I'd like to have those dollars put back into the program. So this is also a policy decision, but it has to go through appropriations. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Rep Hughes, so moved.
Thank you. Second.
Second, Santiago.
Thank you, Representative. Any questions? Seeing none,
I'll move
Representative.
it for consent.
Thank you, sir. This, with no objection, this item will be moved to consent. Item number 14, an act concerning timely payments to personal care attendants. This bill actually has not been drafted yet. What this bill is looking at, and I'm sure most of you have heard throughout this whole pandemic, there have been some issues with our personal care attendants as far as getting PPE, and also some issues with timely payments through Allied, who is our third-party vendor. So what we're looking at is how can we make this a smoother transition for these individuals to make sure that they're getting the money that's due them. Where it gets challenging is that the PCAs are independent contractors, and it's actually the recipient of the Medicaid that gets the dollars. So what's been happening is, it has the right, that has to submit their payments to Allied. So it's been very challenging for these workers who do, God's work going into people's homes so that they don't have to be institutionalized. So at this point, there isn't any language, but that's the intent of the bill. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Senator Berthel, so moved.
Thank you.
Second, Santiago.
Thank you, Representative. Any questions?
I'll move it to consent.
Thank you, Representative. Seeing no objection, this item will be put on consent. Item number 15, an act concerning telehealth. This is also what we're looking at are the executive orders that took place during the pandemic. We believe on this committee that telehealth should be a covered expense under Medicaid. You will see that there will be 3 bills out there. There'll be a bill in insurance, there will be a bill in human services, and there will be a bill in DPH, only because we have different parts of it that we oversee. So I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Representative Dayton.
Seconded, Representative Hughes.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Move it to
Representative.
consent.
Thank you, Representative. Item number 16, an act concerning home health, telehealth, and utilization review. This is a DSS bill, so I don't have a lot of details at this point. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion by Moore.
Second, please.
Second, Rep Simmons.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Come on, sleepyhead, Representative Case.
I saw somebody else speaking up, so I was waiting
Oh.
for the yellow to go away. I move it for consent.
Thank you, sir. With no objection, this item will be put on consent. The rest of these, just so you know, are DSS bills, so I don't have a lot of details on them. Most of them are the same bills that we had from 2020. Number 17, an act concerning a list of the 100 most delinquent child support obligors. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Santiago.
Second, Cook.
Thank you. Any questions?
No, Kathy, just to make a note, like you said, this is a bill that we've had in the past, but it never did anything because of the session, the way it happened. There was a lot of interest on it, so I'd like to hear it and see where it goes. So if nobody objects, I move to consent.
Seeing no objections, this item will be moved to consent. Thank you very much. Item number 18, an act concerning the Autism Spectrum Disorder Advisory Council. Sorry, I drew a blank all of a sudden. What this does is, in statutory language, the members of that advisory council, any changes have to be statutorily done. What they'd like to do is, currently they have 2 co-chairs. They'd like to go to 3 co-chairs. Right now, Bill Halsey from DSS is one of the co-chairs, and then Yana, who is a recipient that's on the spectrum, is the second co-chair. It's been and I'm part of this advisory council, that's why I know how it works. But it's been kind of challenging if for some reason Bill is not able to be there, someone else to be a co-chair to support Yana as a co-chair. So I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Senator Berthel.
Thank you. Second.
Second,
Santiago,
Representative-
second.
Thank you, Representative Santiago. Any questions?
No, move it to consent.
Thank you, Representative. Item number 19, an act concerning changes to the Husky Bee program. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved, Santiago.
Second, Cook.
Thank you. Questions? Seeing none.
I'll move it to consent.
Thank you, Representative. Item number 20, an act concerning the statewide Health Information Exchange Board of Directors. This is also an agency bill from DSS. I'll entertain a motion.
More motion.
Thank you. Second.
Representative Davis.
Second,
Thank you, Representative Dathan.
Santiago.
Thank you. Any questions?
I'll move it to consent.
Thank you, Representative. So with that, Madam Administrator, would you call the roll for the consent calendar, please?
I just have a quick procedural question. Do I need a formal motion and second for the consent calendar?
Marie Grady? Do we need a formal?
I think that would be best practice. It looks like your consent calendar items are 1 to 2 to 4 to 20.
Right.
So
Okay.
Madam Chair, I move that we vote on the consent calendar.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner.
Rep. Case, second.
Santiago.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded.
Thank you
Madam,
very
can you
much.
call the roll?
Absolutely. And just a reminder, thank you so much for your patience with the Zoom technology. And just please make sure that your camera, you speak for a long enough time that I can see your faces come up on the camera, because I can hear your voices, but I cannot, I need to be able to see your faces as well. So thank you. All right. So consent calendar items 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Abercrombie.
Yes.
Moore.
More yes.
Berthel.
Senator Berthel votes in the affirmative.
Case.
Representative Case, yes.
Lesser.
Lester, aye.
Garabay.
Garabay, yes.
Cabrera.
He's on the other meeting.
Excellent. Thank you for letting me know, Representative Hughes. Butler. Cook.
Cook, yes.
Dathan.
Representative Dathan votes yes.
Goupil.
Representative Goupil, yes.
Hughes.
Representative Hughes, yes.
Santiago.
Santiago, yes.
Simmons.
Representative Simmons, yes.
Stallworth.
Representative Stallworth, yes.
Aurora. Buckby,
Representative Buckby's a yes.
Mastro Francesco,
Representative Mastro Francesco, yes.
Stradzinski,
Straczynski, yes.
Wood. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, everyone. Wow, that went really great for our first meeting. Thank you to everyone for your support on this. The votes will be left open until 1:30. Heather will be texting anyone that has not voted. They do need to come on the Zoom so that they can be seen. That's a process that's through all of the agencies. All of the committees. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We're looking at probably February 4th for our next committee meeting and hoping to have our first public hearing on February 16th. We're also doing Medicaid 101 will be February 1st. We will be doing a joint informational hearing with appropriation. So if you want to mark your calendars for that. Not everybody has returned their contact sheets that Heather had sent to them. What she's going to do is for those that are returning members of this committee, she's going to send the contact sheet back to you from the information she had in 2020. Please confirm that that's still the current information for her. You know, I think that because we're doing things through Zoom and it's a little different this year, it'd be really helpful if she had that information to be able to keep the lines of communication open with everyone. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, we will recess this meeting until 1:30 and then it will be adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, Kathy.
Thanks, Mary. It went great, huh?
It did. Very good.
Yeah, you'll probably get the tough one next.
And
I'll be absent
Representative,
that day.
may I interrupt? Just so you know, we're still streaming on YouTube because that's part of keeping the votes open, just so that you
That's
know.
okay. It's
That's
good
fine.
news. It's good news.
Was
Yeah,
that
very
the
Madam
only
smooth.
Chair,
vote?
how are you?
I signed on late to Stallworth. Was that the only vote?
Representative, we had one vote from item number 3. And that was, I can read you item number 3. If that is an act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. How would you like to vote?
Yes.
Thank you, Representative.
That's it? All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Senator
Representative.
Cabrera,
Thank you.
I
Did you
have
get to vote?
Yeah,
Right.
I missed a few votes as well.
Oh, you,
Like to
yes,
vote.
the consent calendar, Senator, so it's just one vote, and so it's items 1 through 20, except for number 3. And so how would you like to vote, Senator?
I'd like to vote yes.
Thank you very much. Duly recorded. And
Awesome.
Representative Garabay.
okay.
Number
Take
3.
care, everybody.
Thank you, Senator Moore.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you, Representative.
Heather, I'll talk to you after.
Thank you so much, Representative.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Heather, I
Representative
think I
Garabay.
have to vote on 3.
Yes, so item number 3, and I'll read it for you again. That is, I'm flipping back and forth on my agenda. An act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. How do you vote, Representative?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hope you have a
Thank you.
wonderful day.
you.
Bye-bye.
Heather,
Yes.
who made, it got pretty hectic there at the end.
Mhm. And just so you know, we are on YouTube, so I'm just letting everybody know, so we're still streaming. So
Okay,
I
I'll
did
talk
take,
to you.
and yes, you're welcome to ask questions because it's all public information, but I did record all the, for whoever made the motion and seconded it, so I can send you my list.
Okay, that's fine.
After we're done.
All right,
So,
perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Oh, it was great.
It went really well. I'm very pleased. All right, I'm turning off my camera, but as any members come back on to vote, I'll turn the camera back on in the recording. Hello, Representative Wood. I think you're on mute. Yes, you're on mute.
There it is. Okay,
Okay, wait, so now I lost your video. I can hear you.
there, how's that?
Yay. It's so good to see you. We're still on YouTube, and I restarted the recording for posterity. And that, once again, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to take your call when I was
Yeah.
in the middle of running it, so I do apologize.
Yeah, for some reason it said that the meeting had already stopped.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't know.
Because I'd actually booked it on Zoom for 2 hours. So, and I think, as long as the meeting is active, I don't see why a person, couldn't join it. So I'm sorry that wasn't working correctly.
Well, maybe I misread it too.
No, all the technology is funky. So we just, as Molly McAllister always says, it's like, assume loving kindness for one another during this challenging.
No blood law.
Absolutely. So we had 2 votes.
I'm yes on everything.
Okay, so I will record you yes on item 3, which was the, I'm just going to read it, the act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. So Representative Wood votes yes.
Yes, please.
And then for the consent calendar was all the other items 1 through 20, except for item number 3.
Yes, I'm yes on all.
Thank you very much, Representative Wood.
Thank you, Heather. Nice to see you. See you
Good to
soon.
see you. Yes, absolutely. Take care and stay safe.
Yes, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, Representative Aurora. Nice to see you. I think you're still on mute, sir.
Yes, sorry about that.
Hi. Oh, no worries.
It's so good
Nice
to speak
see
to you. I get all the emails from you. I'm like, I got to call her and chit chat with her and introduce myself formally. Well,
Oh,
I'm assuming this is still on recorded, so I'll keep it short. But I'll definitely give you a call separately to introduce myself formally.
Perfectly. I love that.
I think we have only one item, as I heard. I had it on kind of because I was also part of another committee at the same time. So,
Right.
but I was still listening in. And I think the only thing we voted on was number 4 or number 3, right? The Roman number 3, right?
Yes, number 3 is an act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. So that's the only
And this
number
is basically, we're going to study this, right? This is to raise and flush out the concept first.
This is, it will have to, obviously there'll be appropriations associated with it. Most of the services bills will have to go to appropriations to see if there's sufficient funds for it. But it's the concept of is this, is it good policy to add this additional?
I am a yes
offering
to
the
study
diaper
the
bank.
concept.
Okay.
I am a yes
and
to
it's,
study
and,
the concept.
right, and so it's the raise what at this point. Raising concepts just means that that there'll be a public hearing, get more information, and then there'll be a debate and vote with whether or not the committee is going to JF it or not. So on item number 3, you vote yes, is that correct?
I will be voting a yes, that's right.
Thank you very much, Representative Aurora. And then the other item was the consent calendar. So that was all the other items on the agenda, items 1 through 20, with the exception of number 3. And if you would like, I can read you each item if you would like.
No, I have them in front of me. I did print out your agenda. Let me make sure. Yes, this is, yeah, I have the agenda in front of me. And do I need to, that's just an attendance vote, right? Because I don't need to actually put a vote on it because as I understand, the voice votes are all attendance votes. So
this is actually, it was a roll call of the consent calendar. So what during the process of the meeting, as they went through each item, they agreed for those 19 items to be put on consent calendar. So you're basically voting on all 19 at once.
Yeah. And so am I. I'm a yes to the consent calendar as well.
Thank you very much, Representative.
Absolutely. And you know what? Now, do these are all, I read the concept, but there was no numbers next to them. So I was hoping, on a concept as it is, I would not want to vote anything down that I don't want to be open to considering anything. We are obviously, especially if other members want, open to considering everything, to all of these ideas. But my question is that would we be able to look at specifics? Because some of these can be the way they're written is going to greatly impact the effectiveness of any of these ideas or whether they're even viable or not.
Right,
So my question
absolutely.
is, what happens? Do we get to discuss, debate, or have any input prior to these going into public hearing, or at this point, once they are drafted, the next time they are on the committee calendar is when there is public hearing?
What will be happening next is that our LCO attorney, Marie Grady, will be drafting all of these into legislative language. And so we will have, the committee will have those bills in our possession, and they will then be decided upon by the chairs which ones are going to originate in the House, that they'll be House bills, and which ones are going to originate in the Senate to be Senate bills. And at that point, once those are in, they'll be in the bill book so anybody can see them prior to the public hearing. And then if there's any substitute language that's required, if in the course of the committee process that a substitute language is agreed upon, or any that can be put in there prior to the JF. So when it comes time to JF the bills after they've had their public hearing, you'll either be voting on the original language of the JF or the JFS, which would be JF with substitute language. So yes, there is ability to modify the language between now and the final vote.
But there is no ability to modify the language between now and the public hearing.
I don't believe so, and I will double check that with Marie Grady. But
That'd be great, because
but you'll be able to see the language prior to the public hearing.
yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that the bill will be available on the online or on the bill book prior to that has to be prior to the public hearing, but
Yes.
we won't be discussing it in a committee format prior to the public hearing.
I don't believe so.
Okay, no, I'm also, although this is my second term, the last term I was only there since it's for half the term. So I just want to make sure that I provide all the input at every stage rather than just the final stage.
Absolutely. No, that makes sense. It's all part of right now you and I are talking on YouTube. It's all part of everything being transparent and democratic, and it's a good thing. So,
Okay.
So thank you so much.
No, thank you very much. And I look forward to discussing these ideas more in our future meetings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Representative. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello, Representative. Good to see you. You're still on mute.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I did the same thing. I think we all, it's like, am I on mute or off mute? And I tend to err on the side of more muting is better for myself. So anyway, so I'm sorry if I missed hearing you when I took the vote for item number 3. I'm trying to leave appropriate amount of pausing time, but I apologize.
No, I'll make an effort next time to unmute and give myself some time space. Yeah.
Thank you. And also because fortunately I have the assistance of 2 assistant clerks, and so they admit people and rename them. So while I'm busy, with everything else in the meeting, you don't necessarily see who's come into the room. So but I'm glad you're here. So item number 3 is an act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. How do you vote?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much, Representative.
Thank you.
It's so great, and I look forward to seeing you in our future meetings. And don't hesitate to call or email if there's any questions.
All right. Thanks so much for your help.
All
Have
right,
a
take
good
care.
afternoon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Representative Butler. So good to see you. How are you? I think you're on mute.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Good
no
morning.
worries. Good morning. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too. Trying to keep up with all these Zoom meetings.
It's a lot. And right now, just we are on YouTube and we're recording so that we're, keeping everybody informed about our committee processes. And I feel bad because I know there are multiple meetings going on this morning. So thank you for juggling with us.
Well, thank you for reminding me because really I'm between like two different meetings. So I really appreciate your text. That really, that really helps. So thank you very much.
You're so welcome anytime. And I said at any time in the window was fine, but I just was like, well, just so you know, I'm here and whenever is good for you between now and 1:30. So anyway, so we have two items to vote on. One is the item number 3 from the agenda, which is an act to expand the diaper bank to include feminine hygiene products. And how do you vote on that?
I vote yay.
Thank you, Representative. And the other item is the consent calendar, which is items 1 through 20, with the exception of item number 3. Would you like me to read those to you?
No, I'm looking at the agenda that you sent. So I am good. I vote yay.
Thank you very much, Representative. So nice to see you, and I look forward to continuing to work with you this session.
Thank you. And thank you again. I can't tell you because, I was jerking a lot of things this morning and that was escaping me. So your text really helped me to really, dial in. So I really appreciate that.
And I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.